Hello, good evening. It is September the 3rd, 2019, and this is my first video in YouTube. Hello, everyone. I am the author, coach, and owner of the River Journey. The River Journey is my coaching services, and I call it the River Journey because life is like a river and it's like a journey. Has twists and turns on it. It has rapids. It has calm water on it, but it's all what we make it. We're not in control so much of life in itself, but we can be in control of that boat. And more important, we can be in control of how we look at life. The first video I want to talk to you about today is about angels in gym shoes and heels. Be on the outlook for everyday people, because when you think of the word angels, angels according to the concordance, the Bible concordance, and if you don't have one, you should get one, tells you the original meaning of the Greek in or Hebrew name of the meaning of the word. An angel is simply a messenger, so anyone or anything can be an angel. Most of the time, you're not going to have someone that appear by your bedside in the middle of the night with a note for you. That's not going to happen. I know on my life journey, I have had angels throughout my life that have come to me at the moment that I needed them with the message that I needed. When I was 19 years old, I was held hostage in a basement. My captor tried to sexually assault me. We fought off and on for 4 hours. When we weren't fighting, I was reasoning with him. I was battered. I came out. Very, I guess you would call it PTSD. The days that followed, I was afraid to go out. I was feeling sorry for myself. I had a busted head. I had a knot. I had stitches put in my hand where I tried to break the window and jump out. And I remember laying in bed, going into a state of depression. And one of my friends, his name is Will, shout out to Will, told me, he said, you need to get up, you need to start moving, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. And I probably reacted a little angrily then, knowing me at my 19-year-old self. But after the second or third day after talking to him, his words really rang true. And I thank God for him. I thank God that he didn't keep just staying on the phone with me, allow me to ruminate, and allow me to roll around in my grief and my fear and feeling sorry for myself. And so guess what I did? I got up, put my clothes on, and I went about my life. And throughout the years, I have never allowed that experience to define me. For years I was afraid to go places and, walk different places. Every once in a while I'll still struggle with that. But I did not feel sorry for myself. I did not allow myself to think of myself as a victim. Fast forward, recently I separated from my husband, 27 years, known him for 30 years. Starting over at the tender age of 62 is really frightening. I didn't leave him for years because I was afraid. It wasn't that we were still in love with each other or that our relationship was really working. Don't get me wrong, because the other thing that I'm going to talk about in a on a future date is taking the goodness with the not so goodness. And when something ends, whether it's a job or relationship or whatever, not just looking at the bad part of it, remembering the good part of it. So I say that to say that this is a man that I was with for 29 years, married to for 27 years. We have a lot of good times. The relationship didn't work. But I remember being very fearful, and towards the end, started talking to a friend of mine. Thank you, Ray. And one of the things that he asked me, him and Babs, Thank you, Babs. They asked me a question that I'll never forget. What are your reasons for leaving, or what are your reasons for staying? And of course, I knew all the reasons why I wanted to leave, but the only reason why I could think of for wanting to stay was I was afraid and I felt guilty about leaving my husband. And I remember when I said to Ray and to Babs, when I answered that question, I was afraid, and to Babs, I felt guilty. I remember hearing them out loud, and it like echoed, and it brought up something outside of my heart. And I thought about, oh my God, I'm a coward. And that did not sit well with me. So after I found out that before I became conscious that I was willing to live a life in fear instead of reaching for happiness, I had to move. So each one of those individuals in each one of those situations, in their sneakers, in their heels, they were my angels. They were the messengers from God, from the universe, speaking the words into my head and my heart that I needed to hear at the time to get up and go on and move forward and do what I needed to do. My life was saved. My life has been saved time and time and time and time. Most of the time I've saved it. Other times it was a book. And when I say saved, I mean revamped from what was not working. Because each time my life was served, then I went on to a higher realm in my life. Because life is about continuing to reinvent yourself, continuing to get better, continuing to live in joy, continuing to have more joy and more love and more prosperity. That's what saving your life is about. And you do it over and over and over again. So thank you for joining. I hope that you come back again and again. Peace out. Bye-bye.